it's easy to fill our time and the gaps with more things, social, parents, obligations, and then to pass it off as, but look at all the good I'm doing, and look at all the external activities, and I'm so busy. The hardest thing in yoga is to be still. Because when you are still, it brings up a level of discomfort. And in the discomfort, it shows you more about yourself. So it's always very interesting when people say to me that a class is difficult, because when I teach a fast flow, when I teach a complicated flow, that actually is also difficult for people to do. Because when we merge, when we're able to have both, it's like clapping with one hand. Can you do it? Yes, but it's so much better with both, right? It's that oxymoron of, I want freedom, I don't want to work, I want a vacation, and then when you have it, look at the pandemic, I don't know what to do with myself, I have to fill the time, right? We are creatures, human beings, we are odd creatures, and this is the beauty of the practice of yoga. It brings us to a place of really finding peace, happiness, stillness, love, the things that money cannot buy, the things that are the most challenging. And when you find that, all of the flow, all of the complicated things become easy. It becomes a playground. And we're not so attached. We're not so like, oh my God, my hips. Oh my God, my arm, my shoulder. I hate this pose. Why is this happening, right? We become unattached and just really become union with ourselves. So we're going to take the breath technique today, going back to padadhirasana, to regulate the lungs and bring the body into that homeostasis. I want you to make sure you have all of your props handy. We'll seat right hand under left armpit, left hand under right. And then once you find that posture, go ahead and close your eyes. Just finding that moment where you can drop into breath. Draw your awareness to notice if there's one side of your lungs, one side of the ribs. It's a little bit more breathing room. It's a little bit more expansive. Knowing that we breathe out of one nostril for an hour and 28 minutes every day. That's genius. That means that one side of the brain hemispheres is more dominant, is more at play in our nervous system. That might be the logical side, which is the left brain, analytical, or it might be the right brain, calmer, creative, emotional aspect of the self. Just scanning your body from the inside, just notice which side has more breathing room. We'll switch the crossing of the top hand, placing it underneath the same armpit, just crisscrossing at the wrist underneath the very bottom. Again, the body has this built-in genius system that can regulate breath flow, balance right and left sides. It's always fascinating to note that that nerve that is in between the fifth and sixth rib regulates the opposite side mucous membrane in the nostrils. Just notice if you find that balance of breath flow. If it is regulating, if both sides are balanced. The subtle awareness brings us into the subtle body, brings us into the innermost layers of our being, which can't be seen, felt, touched, tasted with the five senses. It requires a peeling of the layers, going inside, going into yourself, into me, see, intimacy. Once you feel that both sides of your lungs are equally balanced, that means that brain hemispheres are now in balance. So go ahead and float backs of the hands to the tops of the knees, index finger and thumb to touch. Keeping the eyes closed, the jaw relaxed. Feeling this balance without moving, without needing to take a gesture. Notice if you, in your mind's eye, can see a ball of light, 𝗔𝗿𝘁𝘁𝘀, pure consciousness. That's what we aim for in samadhi. One of the tools to get to that samadhi, that bliss state of Satchit Ananda, is meditation. But to get to meditation, we still the senses. We direct our focus, dharana, which then becomes effortless, dhyana, which is meditation. Some of the tools to bring us into this state is breath work, pranayama. Notice if your body is even breathing differently, just with this technique. We have agency to find this, to activate this, despite what's going on. So staying in this bubble, inside this internal balance, place your palms on your knees. Tilt your pelvis forward. Inhale as your pelvis tips forward, your chest opens up, face relaxed. Exhale, draw your chin to your chest, separating your shoulder blades, eyes relaxed. Inhale, shifting forward, opening up to pure light, inspiration, intelligence. Breathing out, belly pulling in, feeling your joints expand. Moving like this, seeing in that mind's eye, 𝗔𝗿𝘁𝘁𝘀, that ball of light. Let it travel down your spine to right in front of your sacrum. Breathing in, silently add the mantra sa, the sound of pure intelligence, pure manifestation, pure inspiration. Breathing out, hum, feeling this inspiration charge and transform every cell of your body. Take two more like this on your own. You can add any circular motions if you'd like. It's getting, again, really intimate. Noticing what's there, needing to be moved. And if you're circling in one way, go ahead and circle the opposite way. The irony of many people, quote unquote, doing yoga is that they're doing it rather than being. The very word yoga comes from the word yuj, which means to yoke, yourself with the unbound. That can't happen when we are on a treadmill of constantly moving. Finding that place of stillness, finding your seat. Stretch the arms around and up. Press your palms above your head and then drop hands down the midline of the body, pausing at the heart. Feeling this merging of the right against the left against the right. Right is the very heart center. The bridge. Bridge to above and below. Bridge to right and left, sun and moon, the seen and unseen. We'll chant the sound Om. Take a deep breath to inhale. Keep that steadiness inside of you. Gaze soft. Float your hands to the tops of your knees, index finger and thumb to touch. Draw your chin to your chest. And keep a soft gaze as you come up onto hands and knees. Stacking your hands underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hips. We'll move on the breath here. Inhale, face looks up. You can keep the eyes closed if you feel comfortable. Exhale, belly pulls in. Hump. Feel the shoulder blades move away from one another. Again, breathing in, face looks up, broadening across the chest, the collarbone. Connecting back to you. The drop merging into the ocean. That same drop contains the entire ocean's abundance, saltiness, properties, qualities. We, in our individual expressions, what are called 𝗔𝗿𝘁𝘀𝘁'𝘀, are simple drops carrying this unbound sea, this ocean of Brahma, unbound, unlimited intelligence. Go ahead and circle your pelvis, moving your hips, just taking up space, being aware of any place that's feeling restricted, tightened. With the shifts of the weather change and the energetic change, the residue from the weekend, Halloween weekend, new energy, brand new month on Sunday, daylight savings for the US, elections around the corner, plus this super full moon. Our body temples are still receiving the effects of this energetic field. Almost as if you are a professor of yourself, becoming completely enamored with what's going on from the inside out. Investigating and studying what we call svadhyaya, svad meaning of the self, yaya meaning to study. Come back to neutral spine. Pause for a moment here. Walk your hands a little bit in front of your shoulders. Tuck your toes underneath you, and with resistance, take your hips up and back. Padadhirasana, downward facing dog. And pausing for a moment, wrapping the outer upper arms by the ears, head and neck at ease. Take a deep breath to inhale through the nose. Smooth breath to exhale through the mouth. Might pedal the heels out. Just bringing some awareness to the calves, to the ankles, waking them up. You want to take your time, look up at the space between your hands, take a slow stroll and walk yourself forward. Bend your knees generously, bending at your thigh bones. Go ahead and hold on to the elbows, maybe swinging side to side, relaxing the head. Might even shake the head up and down. So then go ahead and clasp the palms at the small of your back, working your shoulder blades in towards one another, like you're squeezing a pencil in between them. Leave your belly on your thighs. Do your best to lengthen as much as you can, without going past your edge. Feeling the sensations that are happening without attaching. Then take your time moving one finger over Lift your heart, keep your neck long, inhale, lengthening the spine, exhale as you fold forward over your thighs. Might trill the lips here, shaking out the jaw, releasing any tension, and then release the hands down. Take your time as you walk your hands up your thigh bones, drawing your chin to your chest, making your way to mountain pose, tadasana. And pause for a moment. Monday comes from moon day, lunar, and is associated with feminine energy. Taking a moment to find the lunar aspect, the yin aspect of being in this posture. Balancing the being and the doing. Align your heels behind the widest part of your feet, feeling as if you could suction up the energy of the earth, and then circle the arms around and up. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana. Palms press at the top. Exhale, pull forward over your thighs. Uttanasana, belly to the thighs, head and neck at ease. Maybe shake the head out. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale to fold forward. Again, we'll take this a few times. Surya breath. Inhale, circle the arms around and up. Stretch breath as you reach down. Exhale, hands to heart, hitting the ribs in. So nothing is ever static, right? Inhale, circling the arms around and up. You can move to the rhythm of your inhalation and exhalation. As I said, we're taking a few rounds of this. Letting your body adjust to the breath. Breath is the pilot, body is the passenger. When we get out of the way and recognize that the mind, the brain, as intelligent as we are, as many books, as many certifications, as many titles that we may have, is simply limited. Right? You can have multiple PhDs and still be limited. And that is because unbound potential, Sa, is genius. And the only way to access it is to go inside and connect to that pure universal intelligence. Every genius knew this. Nikola Tesla, Albert Einstein, to name the modern days. Take 2 more on your own. We will meet in Tadasana. No rush at all. Feel free to close your eyes. And notice as you are breathing that the breath is actually breathing you. This is a practice. It doesn't happen overnight. Okay, that's why there's no goal. Those who have a desire, you can practice every single day and it's going to change. You can be a professor of handstands before class. I was just talking to my friend Virgil, who is known as the handstand master, one of the handstand masters of the world. French circus, French cabaret, Cirque du Soleil, all of that. And there's some days you can practice your skill, but if your being is not in alignment with your doing, it doesn't matter how seasoned you are. So pause for a moment. No rush at all. We'll meet at the heart center, standing in Tadasana. And then take your right hand, place it on your hip. Send that hip over to the left side. Reach that left arm long by the ear. And just notice if you're feeling any stagnation down the side of the ribs, opening up the psoas, opening up side body. And then take your time, float that left hand back up. You'll place your left hand to your hip. Reach your right arm up and over. Notice if the bottom ribs are hanging out. Squeeze your ribs in as if you have a corset on. That changes the posture. Finding that place where you can be at ease and breathe. Coming back to center, bring both hands to your hips. You'll place your hands to the small of your back. Feel a subtle lift of your pelvic floor here. And then lift the heart. Shift your drishti up to the ceiling, head and neck at ease. And then take your time as you fold forward, hinging at your hips, one breath at a time. Let your hands unfold. Bring your hands to your shin bones. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, bend your knees and step your left leg way back. Keep your left hand down to the earth. Take that right arm high to the ceiling, twisted lunge. Keep lifting up that left hip, but drop the booty down. Right? And we'll bring the range of motion here, just bringing fluidity. Circle that right hand back, down, and front. We're going to do this 3 times. So moving slowly inside the breath to bring synovial fluid to that right side shoulder. Again, back, side, front. One more. Back, side, front. Take your time. Keep that right arm facing up in this twist. Lower your back knee down. So left knee comes down, untuck the toes. Now float your left hand in front of your right hand behind you. Coming into this twist. Broaden across the chest and collarbone. Notice the spaciousness. Keep drawing that energy. Saw and hum. And then take your right hand to the back of your left calf. Lift that left arm bicep long by the ear. Twisted lunge. Take a deep breath to inhale as you expand on the left side rib cage. Reverse cartwheel your hands to frame that right foot. Tuck your back toes underneath you and step back to plank, pausing for a moment. Firm through the upper thighs, and with resistance, with or without your knees, bend your elbows straight back, lower your chest all the way down to the earth. Chaturanga. Bring your hands off of your mat, shoulder level, and then lift your heart. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, release, chest, head, neck, jaw. 2 more times like this. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to release. Moving on the breath, inside the breath, taking your variation without feeling the need to go to the extreme. So if you're not warmed up or if it's not calling you, you can take baby cobra, teenage cobra, or skip it and pause. Then bring your hands underneath your shoulders, work your shoulder blades in towards one another, tuck the toes with or without your knees, resist the mat. Come through plank with or without your knees, lift your hips up and back. Downward facing dog. 3 rounds of breath here. Feel soft, moving from crown to base. Hum, distribution of that intelligence. Around this time is when we get very sped up. We start to go to the polar extremes. The holidays speeds us up. The anxiety with food, with choices, make excuses. And then the other end of it is we become lethargic, we become lazy, we become sedentary. We move away from our center of balance. Finding an internal compass, gaze up at the space between your hands. Take a stroll, a slow walk, or hop yourself forward, seeing where your body is today. Bring your hands to your shin bones, press into the shin bones, inhale, lengthen. Ardha Uttanasana, flat back. Let your belly fold forward, Uttanasana. If you're rising for the first time, circle your arms around and up. Take soft from crown to base. Exhale, hands down the midline of your body. Hum. Again, moving inside your breath, as if you are inside a wind tunnel of breath. Circle the arms around and up. Exhale, fold forward over your thighs, belly to your thighs. Let your inhale lengthen your spine. Exhale, bend your knees, press your palms, and step that right leg way back. Pause for a moment. Scoop your belly in and up. Notice if this right hip is dropping down. You want your butt and spine long, but you want to lift up. Feel that subtle lift. Keeping that right palm either on the ground or on a block. Float your left arm long to the ceiling. And then notice the free flow of breath here. Take that left hand behind you. circling it down and forward. We'll do this 3 times, just bringing synovial fluid. Arm goes up, down, side, and around. Moving inside the breath. Back, side, down. Now pause for a moment. Bring that left arm long to the ceiling. Lower your back knee. Untuck your right toes. Now feel a lift of your core and come straight up. So the twist is happening not from the shoulders, but from the rib cage. Shoulders are free flowing. Extensions of the heart and throat chakra. Find that place where you can lift the pelvic floor, still connecting crown to base. Float that left hand to the back of your thigh or calf and float that right arm long by your ear. Relax the neck, relax the jaw. Notice where you're struggling. Find that place where the breath is massaging the front of your thigh, the front of your hip flexor. Take one more breath here. Let the breath guide you on the inhale. And then reverse cartwheel your hands. Press down to frame that left leg. Lift the back leg and step back to plank. Pause. Feel that central line of energy. With or without your knees, let your core and your strength do the work here. Resist the ground with or without your knees, lowering the chest in one unit. Tops of the toes into the mat, baby cobra, cobra, or up dog. Taking 3 rounds of breath here. You can bring your hands off of the mat. Inhale, lifting the heart. Exhale to release. Inhale to lengthen. You can also skip this and hold. Again, nothing is ever static because the breath is moving. Use the awareness of the mind to connect on a deeper level that goes beyond the surface. And then bring your hands directly underneath your shoulders. Tuck your toes underneath you, with or without your knees. Coming through table, coming through plank. Your choice of the transition. Downward facing dog. No rush at all. A deep breath to inhale through the nose. On your exhale, slightly hop, walk, or step your feet forward, Uttanasana. We'll move on the breath here, generating heat. Inhale, lengthen, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold you forward. If I call it too fast or slow, move according to the rhythm of your breath. Inhale, circle the arms around and up, Urdhva. Exhale, palms down the midline of the body, Uttanasana. Inhale, circle the arms around and up. Exhale, folds forward over the thighs, Uttanasana. Let your inhale lengthen your spine. Exhale, prepare, step, hop, or float back. Chaturanga, inhale, upward facing, or skip it. Moving to your breath. We all meet in downward facing. Right leg floats up, all 5 toes point down like you're pushing into a back wall. You can push into a back wall if you have it. Scoop your belly in and up, step forward, right low lunge. Keep that left leg lifted, twisted lunge. Inhale, take that right arm straight up. Exhale, circle it down, back, and around. Step back through plank, chaturanga, up dog, or down dog, or skip it. Meeting in downward facing. Your choice of the transition. Inhaling the left leg straight up and back. No rush at all. Pushing into the earth. Belly pulls in. Step that left leg forward. Inhale, left arm floats up. Twisted lunge. Feel the very breath. Inhale. Exhale, circle the arm. Down, back, and around. Your choice of the transition. Stepping back. Plank, chaturanga, up dog, or down dog. Making it your own. That is the beauty of the practice. Getting in touch with self, giving yourself freedom to choose. It's boring if we all look the same, do the same thing. Take a deep breath, inhale, look up at the space between your hands, step or float yourself forward, Uttanasana. Hands to the shin bones, inhale, lengthen. Exhale as you fold forward. Inhale, rise up, circle the arms around and up. Urdhva, palms pressed. Exhale, hands down the midline of the body. Reach your seat back. Keep your eyes closed if you feel comfortable. Utkatasana, fierce pose. Feel the sensation here. You're going to place a block in between your inner thighs today. Really allowing that energy to move from crown to base. Maybe you take your hands a little bit wider. Our ability to stay steady, constant, at ease, calm, is a metaphor for whatever happens tomorrow. Tomorrow's just an example of the chaos where we've been living it for the past 8 months. Steadiness and that calmness, it's not outside of us. We can't bottle it, we can't buy it, we can't brew it. But we can cultivate it. One breath at a time. One more breath here. And then lengthen your legs. Keep the block in between your legs, hands long by the side. Keep your eyes closed if you feel comfortable. And notice what's rising in you. Notice what you're resisting. Notice what feels good. And then notice if you're attaching. Feelings and emotions are just a navigation system. It's like a compass. North is not better than south. Northeast is not better than southwest. It just tells you what direction you're going in. Same thing with these postures, right? Whatever's coming up is just giving you a compass, a guide, something deeper. Reaching your seat back, Utkatasana, keeping a block in between. Feel the sensation that comes up. Close the eyes, maybe take the arms wider. It's not about mastery of this pose. Mastery is of the self. Bhagavad-gita, of the self, to the self, through the self. That is Arjuna's journey. More breath here. And then lengthening. Keeping the eyes closed, palms long, so notice what rises. Notice what you are having aversion to, what you want to push away. What you lean into that you want more of. Another example of the holiday season. We gravitate more towards, we push away what we don't like. Can we find neutrality? Can we bring the neutrality to become the witness? Practice being the witness. Reach the seat back, arms long by the ears, or keep them shoulder height. Depends on how you're feeling today. It's the rise and fall of the breath. And then let it go. Keep the block in between your thighs. Fold forward here. Now remove the block, but still keep that upward motion, that mula bandha. So you want to feel the inner thighs activated here and feel that lift scooping into the belly. Hands to the shin bones, lengthen. Exhale, prepare pose, your choice of the transition. Letting the temple guide you. Downward facing dog. Float your right leg straight up and back. All 5 toes point down. Scoop your belly in and up. Let the breath guide you. Tap your nose. Tap your third eye. Again, take that right leg straight up and back like you're pushing into a wall. Exhale, right knee, left elbow. Pause. Stay with it. Inhale, stretch the breath. Stretch that right leg straight up and back. 3-legged dog. Exhale, right knee, right side elbow. Pause. Maybe you stay here. Maybe you transition and try the balance. Lifting that back leg up. Take that right leg straight up again. Roll that right hip on top of the left. Right armpit pointing down. Roll that right hip open. Pause. And then re-lengthen your right leg. Step that right foot forward. Keep it low. Keep your right hand to the outside of your right side baby toes on a block. We're going into side angle feet. So roll the outer back toes, left toes down, right arm long by your ear. Now wrap that bottom sit bone underneath you. Notice if the butt cheek is sticking out. Maybe you take that top hand to the shoulder, focusing more on the rib cage today. You have agency over your practice. And just navigate. Same way the early seamen, the Vikings, had to learn by watching, being. We've gotten so far away and so spoiled. We want other people to tell us and do the work for us. And that is the beauty of life. Tools to navigate ourselves. Scooping the belly in and up. Notice if you are collapsing down, maybe you lift that bottom arm up, just checking and seeing where you are. And then push down in that front leg, rise. Stack your shoulders over your hips. Take a moment and pause here. Heel toe your back foot in. Reach out over that right toe. 𝗔𝗿𝘁𝘀𝘁, triangle pose. Again, bringing that top hand to your shoulder, or if you feel comfortable, you can unfold it up to the ceiling. More about the rib cage and about the spine opening up. Less about how far you're reaching down. You are in alignment from within. Alignment automatically happens without. And close your eyes here. Notice if your neck is overstraining, if your breath is labored. Notice the tools. Then you'll take that top hand, bring it to your hip, glance down at that right big toe, block in front of the right big toe like you are leaning against a wall. The chest space aside. Step your back foot in, lift that back leg up. Half moon, Ardha Chandrasana. If you feel steady, maybe take that top arm up. So always lift that's happening. Maybe you take your bottom hand, roll that top thigh back. Taking a bind behind the back, keeping that back leg long. And then bend your front leg, finding warrior 2. Rolling your top thigh, your front thigh, over that knee. Steadiness inside the breath. Flip that right palm. Peaceful warrior here. Inhale, lengthening. Exhale, coming back to warrior 2. 2 more times like this. Maybe you deepen your stance. Inhale, letting the breath be with you. Accessing the yin side. Not the yang. Finding that place where you can balance. Exhale, warrior 2, pause. Lengthen your front leg, turn your toes in. Take your arms forward and up. Place your hands behind your head and give the back of your head a little bit of pressure. Lift your heart. Lift your gaze. Press down in the outer feet. And then exhale, fold forward over your thighs. Hands either on blocks or underneath you. Just pausing, shaking it out. Not feeling the need to rearrange, to widen your feet, to make things what you want them. Seeing things as they are, being with things as they are. Lots of trauma and anger and triggers happen because we're so busy as human beings trying to fight how natural order is, rather than accepting. The yogic scriptures reminds us that people are born into their karma. So when we're busy trying to fight, all it's going to do is give us more of the opposite. Not to get political, but this is why the political climate of the globe is as it is. There is a natural order to the chaos, to the injustices. It's like telling a wolf or reprimanding a wolf for hunting a rabbit. The only thing we have agency over is our internal compass. Find peace with yourself. Be that peace and let it be the ripple effect. One more breath in. Walk your hands underneath your shoulders. Finding that strength from the earth, from the feminine earth, Mother Earth. Feel it as if you are suctioning it up through the hands, through the feet. Turn the right toes and then walk yourself to right low lunge. So transitioning differently. When you come to lizard pose today, to open up the hips, again, another lunar asana. Lower that back leg down. You can heel toe your front leg, a little bit over to the side. Hands underneath blocks you need or books. And then notice if the belly's hanging out, if the pelvis is pushing forward. You want to feel a subtle lift here of Mula Bandha. There's core engaged. Just pause for a moment here. So I always come into this pose first, figuring out where my alignment is, because even that stillness, that pausing, rather than going into what my facility can do, may not be what my facility and body temple needs. So activating and feeling a central line of energy right now. If you're doing this really into the Mula Bandha, you're going to feel, without moving any further, that back leg opening up, the front of the right thigh. Sorry, the front of your left thigh. Hip flexor. Right, relax the jaw, relax the neck. Now, keep that central line of energy. The core is engaged. And then maybe, that's one option, is to stay up on the block. Second option, forearms to the blocks. Keeping the spine long, jaw at ease here. Maybe you walk your hands and forearms down to the earth. Right, so lots of options to see where you can maintain the breath. And then if you're feeling like you have a little bit more fire, a little bit more pitta, a little bit more energy to burn off, tuck the back toes, lift that back knee up, taking the active variation. So you can take the active, the passive, whatever is serving you in this moment. And take your time. Deep breath as you connect, sa and pump, feeling it move, jyoti moving from the midbrain down your spine. Walk your hands underneath you, and then step back to down dog. Couple options here. You can flow through the vinyasa. You can take a child's pose to reset. You can lift the heels, waving through the spine, pausing. Roll to the outer edge of the right toes, vashisthasana. Again, not feeling FOMO. That is part of the practice too. Finding liberty, autonomy in the choices. Holidays are full of options. Buffets. Doesn't mean we have to eat everything. Taking a moment wherever you are, take a deep breath, inhale through your nose. And exhale out through the mouth. Knowing that there's no right or wrong. Every moment is completely different, completely neutral. We'll take that left leg straight up and back. All 5 toes point down. Scoop your belly in and up. Tap your third eye, shoulders of the wrist. Pause. Let the breath guide your breath moving. Left leg straight up. Left knee, right tricep. Pause. Taking that left leg straight up and back. Left knee. Left side tricep. Maybe you shift into the balance. Try it, lifting that back leg up. Maybe it happens, maybe it doesn't. Left leg straight back up. Roll your left hip on top of the right. Left armpit down. Bend your left hip over to the right side. Then step that left leg forward, help it up. Hand to the outside of the baby toes on a block. 3 heights for the block. Float that top arm, either hand to the shoulder, rolling the underneath of your ribs up to the ceiling. Pausing. Staying with your breath. Staying inside what's serving you. Wrapping that right side butt cheek underneath you, spiraling the torso. When we watch a movie, for instance, over and over, there's always something new that we learn. So too with the postures. We visit the postures, even though we want to take a bind, a half bind, a floating, We miss the nuances. And then taking your time, maybe see where you are on this side. Using your core, float that bottom arm up. Notice if you're already rushing ahead. Our ability to stay, so if that bottom arm is up, stay. And lengthen the legs, lengthen the arms. Rising up, stacking your shoulders over the hips. Lengthening that front leg, heel turn your back leg in. And then reach out over that left leg. Left hand to the outside of the baby toes on a block. Right hand either to the shoulder, working the alignment of the spine. Utthita Trikonasana. Triangle pose. Side body governs the values, the winds. Ability to notice what rises gives us agency to not attach, but to become deeply aware of ourselves. Self-study, svadhyaya. Taking that top hand to your hip, glance down now at your left big toe. Walk in front of your left big toe. Step by step, steadiness and ease. Step that right leg in. Keep floating that right leg up. Hand on the block. Notice if you're pushing down. Lift that back leg up. Half moon. So if you're leaning against the wall, when you feel steady, maybe lift that arm up. Maybe lift the bottom arm up. Maybe you take a bind behind the back without compromising the integrity of the pose. And then with resistance, bend your bottom leg. Reach that top leg all the way back. Warrior two. Flow on the breath here. Bend, reaching that left arm up and back. Peaceful warrior. Breath moving freely. Exhale, warrior two. So again, you can close your eyes here, letting the breath guide you. Just witnessing. When we become really good at witnessing ourselves, oh, I'm feeling this right now, or this again, right? When you become a master of your emotion and you become a master at understanding what rises inside of you, other people no longer become a trigger. And pause in warrior two, just pausing for a moment here. Feel a subtle line of energy moving from the inner thighs, and then lengthen the legs, turn your left toes in. Leave your feet where they are, toes slightly in, heel slightly out. Interlace the fingers. Palms press behind you, lift the heart. Inhale, look up. Exhale, float forward, release it. Keep working the shoulder blades in towards one another. Like you're holding a thin piece of paper. Letting go of what it needs to look like. Shift one finger over. Just crossing of the hands that way. And then listen to your body. She'll give you the indication of when to release. Right, so when you need to release, let your hands float down. Listening is also a skill that is very underdeveloped. Most people listen to talk, which means they're not really listening. And that's another reason why holidays bring up anger, triggers. Not listening to me. Or we become reactive versus responsive. And we avoid, we don't care, we become aversive. All of these unhealthy behaviors start to take up residency in our body temple, right? They manifest. And then they impact our nervous system. That's why the beauty of the tantric approach to yoga gives us the permission to accept what is happening without shaming us into, but it should be this way. Because that's just more of the same. take your time. Take a deep breath to inhale. Vocalize whatever it is needs to come out. If you feel like you need one more, do that. And then slowly push down in the hands, lengthen your spine. Turn your front toes. And then walk yourself to left low lunge. Pause for a moment here. Lower that back leg down. Find your blocks. Untuck your back toes. And then heel toe that left leg slightly over to the left side, still keeping that knee to ankle alignment. And then just pause. Hand blocks are to the inside of the thigh. And then notice if one hip is pushing out the other. Feel as if you can lift your pelvic floor. So feeling that subtle lift of the pelvis, sacrum intact. Connecting back to soft, back to the unbound. That moment to pause gives us so much information. Gives us the opportunity to stay where we are, to bring the forearms to the blocks, or the forearms to the mat. Right? It takes us out of the sensory limited brain thinking and brings us into our higher selves, being guided by intuition. If more people did that, imagine the elevation of our world. This is where karma, which literally translates to action, taking whichever variation you did on one side, this is where life as we know it, we are in the age of Kali Yuga, the age of destruction, which is lasting 26,000 years. We are halfway through it. If we do not evolve, meaning each person choosing to elevate themselves, and we are doomed for the next 13,000 years. Ancient rishis and yogis knew about this. The age of Kali Yuga has been coming and written about for millennia. Your time as you walk your hands back up, just pausing. Take that moment of steadiness, scoop your belly in and up so nothing's hanging out. You're guided by your alignment. And then step back to plank for a moment. Pause. Your choice, either transitioning through a vinyasa, rolling to the outer toes, taking side plank, if it serves you. Bringing the knees down for child's pose. There is no right or wrong with the recipe that you need for your balance. If you're not already there, knees down to the earth, big toes touch, child's pose. Just taking a moment to pause. Even languages have worked in that yoga is something to be done instead of something to be. Take French, for example. Faire du jogging, faire du yoga. The true beauty of the practice is the being, giving yourself unapologetic permission right now. Just check in. More of this makes the world a healthier place because you are taking healthy agency over yourself. When you are ready in your own time, without rushing, roll up one vertebrae at a time. Passive or active inversion. Either bringing the legs up the wall if you'd like, bringing your mat against. You can take the legs straight up. You feel like you need headstand or dolphin pose, forearm stand if you'd like to work, but giving yourself an opportunity to shift that downward energy up, shift the upward energy down.
So either working on dolphin pose, coming into headstand prep, elbows underneath your shoulders, walking the toes. Just taking these few moments to consciously connect to sa and hum, to shift the energy. If you'd like to take headstand or have a variation of headstand you're working on, you're welcome to take that as well. Every day is different. There is no right or wrong. After you've stayed for about 3 to 5 breaths, you draw the knees down to the earth. Sit onto your heels, either on a block if you feel comfortable. And we'll take a hamkara mudra, mudra of the heart, left hand, the next finger is going to touch on the knee. Right hand like you're pinching something small in the center of your chest. Just feel it. Heart is the bridge between the seen and unseen, between our being and doing. Some days we require less doing, more being. Auspicious days, days of the week, for instance, have with it already energetic components already infused. It's the reason why Monday, most people do not want to go to work. It's not because of the weekend, it's because energetically we are meant to be at rest. Most of my inversions do not happen on Mondays. Finding that energetic component within yourself, knowing that there is a greater intelligence beyond the brain, connecting all of these wirings, all of these teachings, knowing that you're part of that. Feel that subtle energy move up and subtle energy move down, coming back at the place of the heart. And then taking your time, the eyes closed. Put that right hand to the top of the right knee. Just the tongue behind the upper teeth. Draw your chin to your chest. Half blink your eyes open. Then we'll set up 𝗔𝗿𝘁𝘀𝘁𝘀. You feel like you need a blanket over you. You can absolutely grab your props or blankets or pillows. To take the complete flat version of 𝗔𝗿𝘁𝘁𝘁, not goddess pose today. If you need a blanket, you can cover yourself. My apartment is quite warm at the moment. And then you'll bring the soles of the feet together. Take your blocks on either sides of the knees. And then laying on your pillow or covering your eyes. You feel like you've shifted through some energy. You can cover the lower half of your body and bring, if you have an additional block, over your belly. That just helps with the regrounding. Float your palms to face up and allow the back of your head to be supported. Let your body feel at ease. It takes a few moments to settle in. Once you find that space where your head is supported, there's a block under each knee so the hips aren't over rotating externally. Feel your shoulder blades soften onto the earth. Relax your pelvis. And feel the soles of the feet pressing against one another. Once you feel that sense of stillness, just rest there. Don't worry about time. Don't worry about doing. Just let yourself receive the residue of this posture. Let yourself receive the effects of all you've moved through. Feeling the healing effects, nature, the earth, holding you up. Let your body now surrender to this energy. Nature doesn't make mistakes. Nature does what it needs to find balance. And sometimes that might mean it'll take the shape of a plague, tsunami, an earthquake, pandemic. It's just a tool, compass, showing where something has become off balance. Let yourself merge with this intelligence, this incredible, unbound field of intelligence that lets rivers carve through mountains, trees rise through sidewalks, meteors being drawn to the earth. Let yourself feel everything is happening for you, not to you. Asatomaha sadgamayam tamasomaha jyotirgamayam mritcharmamritaham gamayam. Om Shanti Shanti
Shantihi. Om. Rub your thumbs lightly over your fingertips. Use your hands to close your knees. Just take a moment as you lengthen your legs in front of you. Just feel your body come back into alignment. Stretch one side of your body longer than the other, either taking the arms up overhead, making any minor adjustments that you feel called to. And then in your own time, take your time. Roll over to the left side. Take a moment in fetal position. Left side is the yin side. Left side, when we roll to the left, is not taught in many yoga classes. When we roll to the left, it stimulates the right side brain hemisphere, which is associated with being, emotion, creativity. So letting yourself breathe into this side. Start to make your way to a comfortable seat. Just taking a moment to let the residue come into your body. And then press the palms of the heart. Feelings merge. Right against left, left against right. One side of the body is not better than the other. They make you up, a wholeness. The whole, which is coming from holy, holistic, one. Bowing down in gratitude for this symbol that we use of oneness. Hari Om. Bringing that consciousness of wholeness, of unity, Om Tat Sat, into your life. Namaste. And if you feel like you need a little more regrounding, take Yoga Seal, right hand over left, press it below the belly button, lean forward, feel a little lift of the pelvic floor, and come straight back up.